Alright, so on this video I'm going to show you what I'm using on Home Cinema 2150. So I'm gonna walk you through my image settings. Here we go. This video will be recorded in native 4K. Well, first and foremost, let me tell you about the auto iris. Auto iris is basically the speed of the processor of this 3LCD technology. How do you want it? Do you want it to go fast or do you want it to go normal? I usually keep it on a normal speed because if you keep it on a high speed, that means you will have to clean your filter constantly on the 3LCD technology. And 3LCD technology, it's a different type of technology that works differently than the DLP. There's no color wheel, there's no shifting wheel that reproduces that imagery. It's just the 3LCD technology. I don't have time to go into detail on how that works. I might do a separate video on that to explain in detail how that is, because 10 minutes is not enough for me to go into the difference between the 3LCD and the DLP, because then I would have to tell you the basics and have to tell you the history of how both of these technologies have came about. All right, so first thing first, leave the auto iris at normal. Go back. I kept my sharpness at 5. Normally I leave my sharpness at 0, but considering that this is a 1080p, it's not native 4K with 8.3 million pixels, and it's only 110 inch that I put here, I would say leaving it at 5, it's more than enough. So leaving the sharpness at 5 here, it's pretty good. Tint, I never mess around with a tint. I leave the tint at 50. Color saturation at 50. Contrast at 50. And brightness at 50. Pretty much, I left everything at 50. The only thing I left at 5 was my sharpness. And this is the most important part. Color mode, keep it at natural, guys. Keeping the color mode at natural is the most ideal. So I left the color mode at natural, and as you can see, everything else here, it's left at 50 and sharpness at 5. Now, image enhancements, I don't really use that stuff. It's not that necessary for me. I just keep detail enhancements at 20 and the noise reduction at 1. The detail enhancement, it's basically something that if there is any kind of a noise or something that might be detected while you're watching a movie, this processor that's built inside the 3LCD technology is going to reduce any of that kind of noise that might be there. Alright, I guess I can show you a couple of stills from a movie or something so you guys can see it. So basically this is what I'm using here. Alright, this is pretty much my settings, and I recommend that you guys leave it like this. So hopefully if you need to write this down, pause the video, and I'll even bring it closer. Pause the video and you can write it down. Go ahead, pause the video, write these settings down. I assume that you guys have paused the video and wrote these settings down. Alright, as you can see, Apple 4K TV looks pretty good. Now, I can go up to 130 inches. I can go up to 155 inches. But honestly, guys, 110 inches for a 1080p, it's more than enough. If you want to, you can go to 120. But the maximum, as I said on my previous video, the maximum for 1080p should be 120 to 130. If you go to 155, it's just not going to look that great. So 6 feet away, 110 or 120 or 130, that's a pretty big screen. It's more than enough for you to see what you need to see. So here I have clicked on the Netflix a little bit so you guys can see the Netflix and how it looks. You know, for a 1080p 3 LCD technology, this is pretty darn good, guys. You remember, this is 3000 lumens light, so this is a very bright projector. The question you have to ask yourself, do you really need a very bright projector? Do you really need it? To me, when I think about the projectors, to me the projectors, it's something that if you're gonna have 3000 lumens brightness, that's something that you wanna play maybe in a lit up room or in a living room or maybe in the backyard somewhere. It's good for those types of environment. But either way, even if you are emitting it in a theater dark room, that 3000 lumen lights from that lamp, it's still gonna be great. Maybe I can bring it a little bit closer right here. But all in all, it looks great. You guys hopefully have used these settings that I have implemented here, and that's pretty much all I have for you guys here on this video. You see how bright it is? See that? There you have it, guys. So write those settings down and enjoy your home cinema 2150 projector.